Hello and welcome to a new episode of History Episodes with Samyukta Nair. Today, we are going to discuss a woman who holds the distinction of being the first woman to act on the screen in Malayalam movies. She was P.K. Rosy, Kerala's first Dalit movie star. In the 2020s, Kerala holds the distinction of being one of the most progressive Indian states. With 100% literacy, equal inheritance laws for men and women, and even a history of certain communities like the Nayars following the matrilineal system of inheritance and family legacy, where others were almost exclusively patrilineal, Kerala is considered extremely progressive in terms of education and gender equality. Malayalam movies are lauded alongside Bengali cinema as being forward thinking and dealing with sensitive social issues. And in the 2010s, Malayalam cinema underwent something of a renaissance with movies like Premam, Kumulangi Nights, Sudani from Nigeria, Kilometers and Kilometers, Hridayam, Jaya 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 He, and many more being lauded as contemporary classics for their gripping storytelling, catchy music, and subtle exploration of Kerala's social fabric. Kerala also has a centuries long history of not just religious tolerance but religious harmony, with Hindus, Christians, Muslims, and Jews, and in recent times, Sikhs, living together in peace and regard for each other. However, this was not always the case. Prior to the communist uprising in the 1950s, Kerala's society, while being religiously diverse, was riddled by the potholes of caste. A sort of feudal system existed where the upper castes, mainly Nambudris and Nayars, controlled vast tracts of land and had people of lower castes working in their houses and on their fields. Strict rules regarding pollution and ritual purification were observed, and while the upper caste progressed socially and economically, the lower castes remained poor and downtrodden. For a long time, upper caste women had the freedom to cover their breasts if they so chose, while lower caste women did not, and were often subjected to humiliating examinations by upper caste men, following which a breast tax would be charged. In her book The God of Small Things, Arundhati Roy writes of Veluta, a lower caste man who was disliked by his affluent upper caste employers for never quite displaying the right degree of servility in his attitude, and was ultimately brutally killed for having a relationship with an upper caste woman. Another account of the lives of Dalits in Kerala nearly a century ago, which is not very far back considering the long history of the state, states that after receiving gifts of clothes from their employers, Dalits were obliged to lay their clothes in the dust before wearing them, so that they did not offend their masters by appearing clean and well turned out. It was in this Kerala that a young Dalit woman named Rajamma dared to step across these long established boundaries of caste and play a Nayar woman on screen. Born on 10th February 1903 into a Pulaya Christian family in Trivandrum district, Rajamma grew up in relative poverty. Her father, Paulos, had worked as the cook of a foreign missionary but died when Rajamma was young, leaving the family without a source of income. Nonetheless, Rajamma received a certain amount of education in the performing arts and was trained in folk dance. She quickly distinguished herself as a dancer and actress, and dance troupes began competing to have her as a member. It is not clear when exactly she shed the name Rajamma and began going by Rosy. Some accounts speculate that her family were not born Christian but were converts, following which Rajamma's name was changed to the more conventionally Christian Rosamma, which was further shortened to Rosy. Another account suggests that the director of her first and only movie, J.C. Daniel, felt the name Rosy was more suited to a screen actress than her more traditional birth name. Either way, P.K. Rosy was the name Rajamma went on to achieve fame, infamy, and several decades later, a newfound respect under. When J.C. Daniel decided to make Vigata Kumaran, which translates as The Lost Child, a silent film which was also the first Malayalam feature film in 1928, he cast himself as the hero, but had difficulty finding an actress to play the role of the heroine, Sarojam. Initially, a Miss Lana was brought in from Bombay to play the part, but she bowed out of the project after shooting a few scenes. Her replacement was Rosy, then a young woman with experience as a dancer and theatre artist but with no background in film. She played the role of Sarojam, a Nayar woman, and the love interest of Daniel's character. A scene in the movie that required Daniel to kiss a flower in Rosy's hair caused uproar. Enraged at the fact that a Dalit woman was playing a Nayar, the audiences couldn't stomach what was probably Malayalam cinema's first love scene, and threw stones at and ultimately tore the screen on which the movie was played. Several giants of the film industry refused to attend the premiere if Rosy was present, leading to Daniel taking the decision not to invite her to the movie's opening at Trivandrum's Capital Cinema. To avoid public wrath, Rosy could only watch a second screening. Not happy with damaging the screen and forcing Rosy out of her own premiere, an angry upper caste mob attacked her house and burnt it down. Due to the overwhelming scale of public backlash, Rosy was forced to flee Kerala. She married a Nayar truck driver named Keshava Pillai and fled to Tamil Nadu, where she went by Rajamal, a Tamil Hindu spin on her birth name. After moving to Tamil Nadu, Rosy never acted again. She and Keshava Pillai raised their children as Nayars, giving them very little information on her past as an actress. Today, her descendants are aware of some of the details but reportedly do not acknowledge their heritage as they identify as Nayars and do not want to draw connections to a poor Dalit Christian ancestress. While her own family may not acknowledge their ties to her, the rest of India has begun to wake up to Rosy's legacy. The Women in Cinema Collective or WCC in Kerala has started a PK Rosy Film Society, and Tata Institute of Social Sciences or TIS Mumbai boasts of a PK Rosy Film Club with its own Instagram page. A PK Rosy memorial lecture was given at Delhi's Jamia Millia Islamia in 2013, and the PK Rosy Smaraka Samiti, which translates from Malayalam as the PK Rosy Memorial Society, has instituted an award for women actors in theatre, film, and television. In February 2023, a Google Doodle commemorating Rosy's 120th birth anniversary was released, thereby granting her what is easily one of the highest honors of modern popular culture. While Rosy's name has emerged from the shadows into the spotlight that she deserved but never got to enjoy, no tapes of Vigathakumaran exist today. Undoubtedly, it was a path-breaking film and the first of its kind in the Malayalam-speaking world.